All right, y'all, it is that time again. Good morning. Hopefully, we get one or two more folks joining us, but if not, let's jump in. So, again, happy Friday to everyone. Couple quick things. Remember, today is the last day for progress report number one work. So, that means everything should be turned in by 11:59 tonight, at least for me. Double check with your other teachers on when their deadline is, but 11:59 tonight. If you find you are not going to finish stuff by then, but you think you might get it finished over the weekend, then let me know. And the latest I can take stuff would be first thing Monday morning. So like by like 8 a.m. on Monday. But if I don't have it by then I'm gonna have to take what you have for the progress report. Right, so just keep all that stuff in mind. Again, also remember no class on Monday for President's Day, so you don't have to log on. And I think other than that, we are good. Okay, so where you should be right now, if you're not already, let me share my screen here. All right, is this activity right here or this page, what I learned at school today challenge. Okay, that looks like this. All right, and again, like I said, if you were here on Tuesday, this should look familiar. All right, so one more time, how we get there real quick. If you are on Summit and you have gone over here to your year view and you found our class, English 1, right, and clicked on our project, Fact or Fiction, when you get there, you should see checkpoint 1 right here, identifying theme, selecting evidence. So you're going to scroll down until you see the second link right here. It says entry event, what I learned at school today challenge. All right. You're going to click on that and it's going to look like this. All right. Please let me know in the chat with a yes or a thumbs up that you are there and you have this pulled up on your screen. Okay. So take about another minute or two if you're not there yet to go ahead and pull this up. And then, like I said, let me know in the chat when you have this pulled up. All right, Tight Quills, give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Everybody else, how are we doing? We're getting this pulled up. Let me know in the chat when you got it. All right, again, real quick, when you get to our class on Summit, English 1, checkpoint 1 should be right here. Scroll down, and you should see the second link right here, what I learned at school today challenge. Click that, and then it should look like this. All right. Let me know when you got that in the chat. Just give me a yes or a thumbs up. Just want to know you're there. All right. I still only have one from Ty Quill. I'm looking for some from the rest of us so I know we're all on the same page. So let's take about maybe another minute if we're still not there. And go ahead and pull this up. All right. So you're not clicking on the actual checkpoint, Amir. This is one of the links under the resources for checkpoint 1. So when you get to Summit for our class and you see like checkpoint 1 over here, click there, but then instead of clicking up here for the checkpoint, scroll down and it should be like the second one right here under the resources links. And then when you click it, it should look like this. That's how you know you're in the right spot. Okay. All right. Amir's there. Thank you. Anybody else still having trouble getting there? All right. Well, let's go over this while everybody is, the rest of us are continuing to pull it up. If you are having issues finding it or getting there, please let me know in the chat. Um, but again, just real quick, log on to Summit. You're over here on your year view where you can find all your classes, and then find the one that says English 1, yes, Philly. And then if you click on that, you should see checkpoint 1 right here, identifying theme. And then if you scroll down, once you click on the number, you should see the resources list, and you want the second link right here, what I learned at school today challenge, and then it should look like this. Okay. So once you're here, ladies and gents, what we're doing with this, and again, if you were here Tuesday, this should sound familiar, is the activity that is going to be counted for the first progress report, which is creating a course plan. So you are imagining that you are designing a curriculum for ninth grade, 10th grade, whatever it is, high school students. Okay. So if you were the principal or you were the superintendent, all right, what courses would you want to have taught in that curriculum? Okay. And you're going to create that course plan for me. You're going to do it on a Google slide that'll look something similar to my example here. Okay. So this, page, this entry event, uh, tells you everything you need to have um, on your uh, Google Slides for it to be 100%. So you need a title of the course, all right? You need 2 to 3 course projects that you're going to do in that course, and then each project should include a list of the major topics that you're going to learn about, the questions you want to be answered in that project, any books, websites, newspapers, or other texts that you will read in the project, and then tasks to complete. Okay. And like it says here, you can do it on Google Slides or any other PowerPoint app. You should have in your slideshow the title of the course, 1 to 3 visuals representing the course overall, the title of each project, and 1 to 3 visuals representing each project. Don't, don't worry so much about the presentation stuff right now. I want you to focus on getting the actual course plan done. All right. So questions with that before I go over my example again. Questions about what anything means? Anybody still having trouble finding this on Summit? Anything like that? Cool. All right. So what this should look like then, like I said, is what I have on mine right now. So you can see I have one slide that has, like a title slide. It says Mr. V's course plan. All right. Then I have the title of my course. My course is going to be rock and roll history. That's something I'm passionate about, something I think would be cool to learn in school. So that's the one I chose. You can choose whatever you think um, high school students should be learning. So it could be, and again, remember when we did the post-it boards and you all listed, stuff you want to learn in school. So this could be, how to start a business. It could be, build, how to build credit. This can, it could be, something else you're passionate about, like, a writing class. It could be a filmmaking class, whatever you think would be good to learn in high school that you don't already. It could be a course you already learned, but maybe you would change up what you do in that course. So whatever you think you would want to implement. All right. And then I have a picture to go along with it because, like I said, 1 to 3 visuals. And now I list the projects. So like it says on here, you should have 2 to 3 course projects, including project titles. So this would be my first project for this course. All right. So the first project is the history of rock and roll research paper. Okay. And then I go through all these bullet points of what it needs to have. All right. So I've listed the major topics, all right, that we're going to cover: key rock and roll artists, figures, influences of rock and roll, rock and roll's impact on music today, etc. I've listed the questions that we're going to try to answer. How did rock and roll get its start? Other ones like that. I've listed the materials, the texts that we're going to read. Rolling Stone magazine, this article in the New Yorker, the Film School of Rock. Okay, and notice I have a couple different ones. I have 2 magazines and a film. All right, so this whole summit project is based around the kind of texts that we use in school. So keep that in mind. And if you think there's some fictional texts that might work well for the course you're creating, if you think there's some non-fictional texts that would work well, then utilize those. Right. And then I have the task that should be completed, which is this 1 to 2 page research paper. Right. And then this project for my course will be done. Then I would need to come up with 1 to 2 more. So something else would be maybe, okay, I've done the history research paper. Now maybe next I need to do like a lyrical analysis of a rock and roll song. That could be the next project that I do. And then I would list the same thing. Okay, what are the topics I'm going to cover in this project? What are the questions I'm going to answer? So on and so forth. And then I would keep doing that until I have 2 to 3 projects that go along with this course. Okay. Hey, Shabria, is this making sense to everybody? Are there any questions about what we're going to do, how we're going to do this? All right. If you have questions, now is the time to ask. And again, Shabria, I know you're just joining us. I'm just going over what we were assigned on Tuesday, which is that course plan activity. So I was just going over my example again and just kind of giving a refresher of what to do, how to do it. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gents, if there are no questions and everybody's good, then I'm going to give you guys the rest of the time today to work on this. All right. Keep that page. Let me share my screen again here. So I would keep this, page open in Summit because you can refer to it to make sure you're, including everything you need to include. All right. And then, like I said, you're creating this in like a Google slide or a PowerPoint that you can then share with me when you're done. Okay. Excuse me. So I should be getting these, later today. And like I said, if you need some more time, I'll accept it over the weekend up until first thing Monday morning, like 8 a.m. Okay. But again, what you're doing here is you're creating a course plan as if you were designing a curriculum for high school students. And you would come up with a course that you would want them to learn. Mine is rock and roll history. Yours can be something that you think high school students would benefit from learning. It could be a cosmetics course, like how to do hair and nails, how to start a business, how to build credit, or what is credit, stuff like that. And then you're going to come up with 2 to 3 different projects that you would do if you were taking that course, right? So just like this course is English 1 and the project we're doing is, fact or fiction, textual analysis on Summit, you would do the same thing. You would come up with your course and then the projects you would do in that course. And then for each project, like I said, you can follow along and make sure you're including everything that is listed here that you need to include, just like I've done in my example. Okay. And you can list it out this way too, just like I did in bullet points. And then you can include some visuals, whatever you need. All right. Like I said, I only have 1 for mine. Yours should have 2 to 3. Okay. So again, questions on anything? All right. So can somebody tell me in the chat how many projects your course plan should include so that I know everybody is still with me and following along out there? When you're designing your course plan for this assignment, how many projects should your course plan include for your course? Somebody tell me in the chat, please. Anybody help me out and put that in the chat and remind us when you're making your course plan, how many projects should your course have? Something we just went over, something I just want to make sure we heard and we're paying attention and you guys didn't disappear on me out there. Thank you, Sammy. 2 to 3 is correct. Good job. All right. And again, remember, this is going to be due for the progress report. So we have about 25 or so minutes left this morning. The rest of that is going to be to you guys to get working on this. I will stay here in the chat on mute in case you have questions. You may work on it here in the chat. You may, if you want to jump out of the chat, work on it offline and pop back in if you have questions. Feel free to do that. If you're unable to work on it now because you're getting ready for work or something like that, I'll also be in the Summit Lab later today from 1 to 3. You can come work on it there or ask questions there if you want. But please, you in one of those instances, use your time effectively so that you don't have work to do over the weekend or anything like that. Okay, because like I said, the latest I will take this is 8 a.m. Monday. If I don't have it by then I cannot include it on your progress report. Okay. So thank you guys. Get to it. And like I said, I'll be here in the chat on mute. If you have questions, just give me a shout. Okay. All right, Sammy, I just saw your chat. That's no problem. Thank you for letting me know.